Hi and welcome. I'm the Reverend Dr. Cheryl Gaver, Presbyterian minister of three congregations in Eastern Ontario, and I'm also the questioning pastor. Today's question is, what about abortion? It's a very divisive topic, and it might surprise you, but because you might think all Christians are against abortion, and that's not true. Some Christians are pro-choice. Many Christians are pro-choice. Pro-choice does not mean you're pro-abortion. It means you are in favor of giving the woman the right to choose whether to keep the baby or keep being pregnant or not. And so you have many Christians that say, yes, women should have that right. And you have many Christians saying, no, it's murder, it's murder. So where do we stand? What are some of the issues? My own position is I can't support either group. I find I hold a different position, a third position that you don't hear talked about very much. So I'll talk about it here. But let's start with why I can't support pro-life. I actually had a teenager tell me, or I presume a teenager, someone from pro-life tell me that if you're raped, you can't get pregnant. And I just burst out laughing because I'm sorry. Yeah, rape and getting pregnant are not mutually exclusive. I've also heard, and you've probably read cases too in the news, where a woman is pregnant and in distress, and the doctors let her die to save the baby. This is, I think, in Ireland and some of the other countries where she was trying to get an abortion, appealing to get an abortion. The doctors would not give her an abortion, and she ended up dying. This happens more often than we realize. That is one reason why the abortion laws were changed to permit abortion. But it's also one reason why I can't support pro-life, because the extreme side is saying the baby's life of an unborn child is more important than the life of a living person. You have pro-lifers who are quite willing to defend the unborn, but then they refuse to take care of the child after it's born if it needs surgery or needs expensive surgery. They won't approve paying for it in some countries. And they're quite willing to threaten doctors and nurses who perform abortions. So you're willing to physically threaten, maybe even kill living people, and all to save an unborn child. And I think there's something wrong and twisted with that. But on the other side, with the pro-choice people, it's like, well, of course you should have abortion. It's just another form of birth control. That's what one teenager told me. And I'm like, no, it's taking a life. It's criminal. You're committing murder. But oh no, it's just another way of, and so I can't support them either. That may not be what the groups stand for, but that's what some of their members say, and I can't support that. So yes, I do believe abortion is murder. It is taking of a life, whether it's a human life or a non-human life, because it's not a viable being yet, doesn't matter. But the choice, the issue is not really what is right and what is wrong. It's an Anglican theologian who pointed that out. And it's like, no, we've got it wrong if we say it's not, it's one side's right and one side's wrong. No, the question is, what is the lesser of two evils? See, in God's world, one, you'd never be raped. Two, if a child needs surgery, there'd be surgery. People would be doing it. You wouldn't have to worry about money to pay for it. Children would be born healthy. So mothers' lives would never be at risk. That's in God's sort of in heaven. So none of the issues that might lead us to wanting an abortion will exist. But we're not in heaven. We're on earth. And it's flawed. And so you've got situations existing that tear you apart. What is the lesser evil? Years ago, I had friends, and they were good Catholics, and they had 3 children under 6, and the mother got pregnant. And the doctors basically said, "We don't think you're going to survive this pregnancy. You should abort." And so now they were left with that decision. What do you do? As good Catholics, you don't believe in abortion, you want to. But the husband said, if you die, he would be left with 3 children, possibly 4, 3 plus a newborn baby, all preschool. What was he supposed to do? How was he supposed to take care of them? He wasn't earning enough to be able to afford a nanny. He didn't want to give them up for adoption. And after some long, and I'm sure arduous prayer and questioning and soul searching, they finally decided that yes, to go ahead with the abortion. Her life as a mother to those 3 kids was more important than that life of that unborn child. That memory is what's kept me from being pro-life, probably more than anything else. Abortion is serious business. It is taking a life. But sometimes that choice is really what is the lesser evil. And it's a horrible choice. And I pray that people, that fewer and fewer women are faced, and families are faced with that decision. So that's it for me for today. And thank you for joining us for the Questioning Pastor. Take care. And next week, hopefully some lighter topics. Take care and God bless.